Merhabalar.
Hello everyone. Now we have the needed majority to start. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Şaban Ateş. I work as the production, development and technical support director in Polia. There was this theorem, chaos theorem of adverse Lorentz. If there is a butterfly slice, then there will be a storm in Kansas, and you know this. And when we first started this fair in 2019, we were stuck in a storm, COVID-19. We haven't experienced such a time before. Installations at homes and raw materials problems, transportation problems, and the sector had many challenges that it has not undergone so far. And these experiences taught us new things as well. One of them is that our awareness has risen in terms of nature, in terms of environment. Today I will present our company, and I'll give some brief overview about our company, and I'll be talking about carbon emissions and reduction of the carbon emissions and new company strategies for the sustainable future. I'll share all of these with you in my presentation. First of all, I will give you some information about polyester. Polyester was first established in 1983 by İsmet Çakar, and it's 100% Turkish capital. And our main mission is based on R&D, and you see our facility here. We have polyester, resin supply, and polymer systems, composite resins. Well, our company is the abbreviation of polyester and other materials, auxiliaries. Well, we rank as the 344 in ISO top companies. We have many of the ISO standards, such as ISO 19001, ISO 10002, and we have social responsibility projects, such as we are members to Turkish Chemical Manufacturers Association or Composite Manufacturers Association, and these are the milestones of our company. Well, in 1983 it was established by İsmet Çakar and Güzin Çakar as a small atelier, and in 1987 gel coat was designed and produced. In 1999, we adopt ISO quality standards and 9001 quality management system. In 2006, we were harmonized with REACH, and in 2008, we had new facility in Çerkezköy for production, and in 2013, Özgür Çakar, second generation, has become the CEO of the company, and there were new changes, and since 2008, with the novel developments, we had automatic filling systems, and in 2022, with the 50,000 tons reactor capacity has been reached by our company, and we are proud of that. Well, we have the company profile, United States, Europe, Africa, and Asia continents. We sell to these continents, and almost 60% of our production is exported, and we have our selected high-level customers, and we are the supplier to these companies. As you can see, we are located and we can sustain our operations to 48 different points in the world. And in the international arena, we have high service quality, packaging, and product documents. It's like a package, and with this integrated product gum, we are always trying to increase our service quality. Well, our main philosophy is to support our customer at every stage and grow with innovations, and we would like to provide them the best service, and we have the team spirit, and we would like to realize top quality and technologies, and we have people, planet, and profit. We have 3P approach. So we have our triple responsibility, and we are compliant with laws and ethical values. Well, it will be like an advertisement. This is the R&D team, and Polya has achieved the best results in innovation thanks to its R&D system, and since the first day of its establishment, the continuity of the same investigative spirit and importance given the R&D and innovation, these are the company's priorities at every stage, and we are providing power, and we are contributing to our customers. We have a very broad R&D team. We have our laboratories, and the demands of the customers are very important for us. And we have the tests and the audit process, and we reach our products to the end user, and we always provide trainings so that the customers can develop themselves as well. And the equipments are very important as well. We have the high technology equipments in our company. And today, the main topic of our presentation is that we have been consuming fossil fuels, and the greenhouse emissions and their effects have increased right now in today's world. So climate change, drought, and we see many challenges right now. For example, sudden rains too, and there are 2 degrees temperature heat increase, and this is really difficult to reverse for our country. That is why we need to decrease the emissions in the world, and by 2030 we need to decrease half of the emissions, and we would like to reach up to net zero by 2050. Well, this is very important, and we hope that we will stable the heat increase up to 1.5 degrees, and there are some obligations and tasks for the countries. And you see in the screen, this is the circle of carbon, and this is the carbon raw material resource, and we have been using carbon and fossil fuels as well, and think this is a circle, and this is again in the atmosphere. So we are related to thermosets, and there are some recycling problems, and there are thermoplastics, and we are a little bit more advantageous because these could be recycled up to certain point. And for the sustainability and reduction of the emissions, there are some bio-based raw materials, and these are all the topics on the agenda, but there are some restrictions and limitations, and these are still in the chemical industry. While these developments are still halted and in the academic level, because their advancements in industry is low, and bio-based raw materials should be used in the industry, but it results in a paradox because there are some developments in the last few years. We have the electricity automobiles and the mobility of electric automobiles. Maybe the biochemical materials will not be used in the automotive industry, and in this way it will be a contribution for the sustainability of our sector. Well, for thermosets, there is a problem of recycling. There are some chemical applications, and even though we continue to these recycling projects, unfortunately, we couldn't have an improvement in terms of recycling. While the main method is burning for the recycling of composites. Well, we need more developments for the waste management and for the design and manufacture of our products. For the carbon footprint and sustainability, we are working on these issues for a long time, such as the recycling process of waste materials. Net zero for the carbon emission is our future goal, and we have our roadmap, and we are trying to reduce the carbon footprint, and we would like to eliminate the effects of global warming, and we would like to have carbon zero. What is carbon zero? We hope that the emissions released to the environment will be equal to the carbon. So the carbon zero will not, with these projects, we will not release more carbon emissions to the atmosphere. And I hope that if we could abide by our goals, we will be able to eliminate the future problems related to the climate change. At least we will help this. Well, there are two different scopes of our projects. We have the equipments, and we have a reduction of emissions. So we have two parallel areas of work. Well, these are the works that we are carrying out. in our company, we are using new technologies for the energy efficiency. We have reduced the emissions, and we have closed system upload so that we reduce the emissions, and we used some recycled raw materials for our projects, and we also try to reduce our footprints in this way, and maybe we will be the pioneer in this regards. And our packaging of the barrels, by using the bags, we tried our packages not to be contaminated, and we are successful in this project as well, because the packages could be reused up to 95%, and to the customers we have renewed packages and renewed barrels, and we also provided services to our customers, and we have new business models, and we have shortened our processes, and within the scope of reach, we classified our products, and we pioneered in this projects as well, and we have used oxidation, and we released these waters to the environment, and we worked in this issue again. And for the energy that we consumed in the factory, we are actually receiving this energy from 100% renewable sources, and we are trying to reduce our carbon footprint, and this is a huge step for the sustainability as well. And you see on the screen, there are the motors, the engines of our reactors, and these are used in the new facilities, and we have economic filling for our raw material, and we increased our efficiency in this way. And there are three phases of carbon footprint. The first one is the resource efficiency, low footprint, and environment and human. Well, we have all exerted our efforts in these areas. Well, for the production and for our facility, I have mentioned some information on our company. Now we have designed new products for a sustainable future, and we have strain emission pressed, and we have these new low strain polyesters, and we have LSA versions, and the emissions are decreased, and again we have high performances jet, and we have provided alternative solutions for slides and for pools. Another issue is that we increased the performance of our product so that they can be used for a long time, and we have low strain and without strain polyesters. Maybe you have your question mark, for example, whether is it possible to have polyester for free. Unfortunately, the science is not at that point now. So In the coming years, maybe the main element for polyester may be water. Maybe we will be talking about water-based polyesters. Maybe those days are not very far away from today. For long years, we are working for pipe sector, and we are producing polyester for the PET-based polyesters. For example, for 1,000 resin, we are using 25,000 PET bottles, and it is an ecosystem in itself. For example, when they collect these bottles and these are used as a raw material, these PET bottles, and the PET polyester journey has started, and we have developed this journey, and for the polyball 3570 SRE, we have our features to be very fast, very easy, and we have different names of products as polypol. And if you would like to have increased fusion, then we have designed another polyester. We have some customers who are working abroad, so from CTP producers, you will ask for reduction of carbon footprint, and you will have demands from Europe. So if you use such kind of products, then you can decrease your carbon footprint, and I am ready and I am at your disposal to provide any support. For SMC, for Poltrusion, there might be some demands, and we will be following up the developments in the industry. Well, this is a product of our customer, and you see that it is a roofing produced with natural fibers, innovative and environmentally friendly roofing, and we have bio-based raw materials, bio-based polyesters, and these are 20% bio-resourced raw materials, and we are producing them. And for epox, for cardinal, there are some different raw materials, but here there are two situations waiting for us. If it is, for example, a new product, then if we have alternative raw material, then again we can say that for petrochemistry, for biochemistry, we need to work on this issue as well. For emissions during the application, you see the strain loss, you see the emission and strain loss. You see for fiber spray, it's about 7-10%. For top coat spray, it's 4-5%. And again, for Turkey, small ateliers are working, but they are working with closed molding, and they're working for pultrusion, infusion, and they generally prefer closed mold. So if the piece and the mold, these are enough, then this is really good for the emissions. And I will mention there are low citrine conventional resins, but the citrine level is low. The polyester polymer molecular weight, if you could decrease this weight, then you can have low citrine polyester. But what we are trying to achieve here is that the citrine level could be decreased, but again the mechanical thermal properties should be preserved. There should not be any loss in the performance polyester, but we again need to lower the citrine level. Well, this is very important. There should be new researches while we are lowering citrine percentage, citrine level. We do not have any property loss. And you see that the low citrine has a good contribution to the emission control, and the products in the low citrine content and strand-free resin group include resins that can be used in various applications, and they can be used in the continuous shrinkage for the applications. And again, for low citrine contents and strain-free resin group, we see that there are 25-26% citrine formation. Well, it's about 35-40%. And it's a high citrine level. You can see this. And again, we have the similar percentages. It's about 35-36% with the similar viscosity, and we see it with the similar characteristics. And we have 3,381 structure with low citrine. And this is another example for these resins. And new trend, is the regulation of citrine, and there are new changes in some countries. The exposure levels were decreased, and there are some amendments in different countries. There are different ppm exposures now. As an alternative, we have some resins without strands. There are some companies, or polystyrene coating, modern coating could be used. And again, for the pipe rehabilitation applications, we have citrine-free products. Polypol 602 AFP, and again for 602 you can use it. You can use these resins with these similar features. With this presentation, of course, the environmental awareness is very important, and this is one of the trend products of this year. CE91 is the new polyester that we use for general purposes. Maybe the behaviors the performances are similar to ABS. It's good wetting and resin economy, and it is more durable laminates, and it has perfect mechanical values, and it has low volumetric shrinkage, and you can use it as a part of a truck and you can use it in different applications. And gel duration is about 13 minutes. And you see the other figures and the viscosity, for example. And for 1 year, this is used in the market, in the industry as well. Well, for the general purpose, I think that this will add a new approach to the industry. And this year, we have new Polygel 218 for it's a new gel coat, especially for the pools and for the slides. Its color endurance is really high. It can shine for a long time, and the most important challenge for a composite part is the osmosis and blister endurance, because when it is exposed to water, then it will proceed to the lamination, and the composite life will be shortened. That is why this is generally encountered in the pool sector and water sector. And as a solution to this, we had different solution opinions. We added a new parameter, and by adding up this strength behind the gel coat, barrier coat or skin coat polyester or composite with its structure, with its strengthening, we have managed to come up with a longer, stronger composite. And again, in terms of sustainability, the source efficiency is in fact very important. And again, in terms of the slides that I'm going to be sharing with you, we have almost 70 degrees of water. And again, there has been an exposure to the water for 10 days, and this gel box here. And in order to check out the ultraviolet characterization, 165 hours of exposure to sunlight has been maintained. And in terms of in different colors, the attitude has been observed. And as you can see, the plates are subject to exposed to the and again, as you can see, before and after the test, with a high performance, you have been able to see no osmosis or blister. And again, looking at the color plates, we see that 165 hours of a time period has been observed. And this you may ask what that would mean, but I can say that it is a 5 years of a period, and at the end of the period, there is no change in terms of the colors. And it is 1.72 for this color, so it's been a really and I have to say that instead of the heavy metals, an alternative, a non-heavy metal ingredient version has been produced. And again, in terms of the code follow-up, the pigments that have a heavy metal, we added HD as initials to their titles. And these pigments, again, in terms of their Ecotex alignment, the certification process has been completed. And again, those who are working with abroad in the industries like automotive, for our clients in these areas, for the lead content, we carry out the follow-up. And as for the last thing, I would like to talk about Polymage. About 3 years ago, for small-scale production, we made an improvement in the system. Here again, in Czech Republic, in the UK, and in France, for instance, we have put this into application. And again, in that respect, in our own manufacturing facility, we are now providing a rapid service. So in those services, we believe that in terms of gel coat production, there will be the productions ongoing. Therefore, our dealers will know about this. But I still would like to remind you of this. And again, in the future, as I said, these small packaged demands will be used with this machinery. There is something that I would like to mention. It is very high in repeatability, and it has a high sensitivity, color sensitivity. And it is very sensitive in terms of tonnage production. So I wanted to share this with you so that we're going to be making the notification about this for you soon. If you have any questions, I would be pleased to answer your questions.